Hi there, we're back with another episode of Jana Eats. Thank you so much for tuning in to my gluten and casein-free channel. It's really food for all. I started the channel just to help families with food restrictions, whether your kid's got autism or an autoimmune issue, or you do, or someone in your family. So I started it for that, and then I just sort of figured out, hey, this food is good for everybody. So food for all, that's my hashtag. So welcome back, and we're gonna do some Chipotle chicken poppers. Yum, doesn't that sound good? And we're gonna put a cup of grated sweet potato in with the ground turkey or chicken, and that'll up the nutritive value, keep it moist, because sometimes chicken and turkey, when they're ground, can be a little dry, and this really keeps it really juicy and tender. So the recipe is going to be for a pound of turkey and chicken, but I only have half a pound today, so I'm doing the recipe in half. But the recipe on the website, janaeats.com, will be for, you know, the whole batch. So anyway, let me grab my knife. It's clean. It's in the sink. So I'm going to do this recipe calls for a pound of ground meat, 2 cups of grated sweet potato, 2 tablespoons of minced onion. I love putting the onion. I did the minced onion in the turkey burger I did with avocado in another video, and boy was it good. So we're going to put some minced onion into this. Oh, by the way, set your oven to 400 and get a cookie sheet and line it with parchment like I did, so that, and it makes cleanup a lot easier too. So in you go. We're going to do a teaspoon of garlic, and we're going to do a teaspoon of chipotle. Now, chipotle powder, chipotle are smoked jalapenos, and this can have some zip in it. So if you've got kids that don't like it too spicy, definitely, you know, I start with 1 teaspoon of chipotle powder, and depending on what your family likes. Personally, I would do 2 because I like it spicy, but again, you've got control over that, which is so awesome in this world where we have so little control over things. Oops, I got a little salt on the. So do a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of chipotle. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of the tapioca starch or flour. Where's my, I thought I had oh, I do, my skizzers. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of this in this recipe. I'm only doing 1 because it's half a recipe, right? But this will help bind it together. And let's see, chicken, turkey, sweet potato, tapioca, onion, oh, oil. Because this is low in fat, we're going to add a little back with some avocado oil. You can also use olive oil. In this recipe, it would be fine. I like avocado. It doesn't taste like anything, and nutritively it's spot on. So you kind of love that, right? So I've got everything in here. I'm going to put on my gloves just because when I'm mushing around raw chicken or turkey, I don't know, kind of gives me the willies a little. But that's just me. You do you. You do you, I'll do me. So we're just going to mix all this together. Boy, that chipotle smells so good. And I think you'd need your hands for this. I really do. Just because, you know, the grated sweet potato, you don't want big blobs of that. It's just easy to incorporate. Sometimes I think my most favorite tool in my kitchen are my hands, right? My little monkey paws. So that is looking good. You can see that. So I'm going to pull over I'm going to put a little water on my hands, and then I'm just going to make some little balls. Kind of make them all the same size if you can, because then they'll cook evenly. You got a bigger ball than the others, it'll take longer to cook, and you really, unlike stuff like beef where you can eat it rare, I don't recommend that with poultry product, if you know what I mean, or pork. But there is such a thing as overcooking chicken and pork too, so don't get scared and incinerate the meat either. So I'm going to finish these up, and then we're going to pop these little beauties into the oven. I'm going to start at 15 minutes, and again, as usual, if it takes longer, I'll let you know, and we'll adjust the recipe on the website, Jana Eats. And while you're watching this, I really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel. It really gives me the ability, it helps the algorithm on YouTube, and will hopefully give me the ability to keep making these recipes so you and your family can eat some delicious, nutritious, vitamin-enriched, gluten and dairy-free food. So, oh, I got a little hair. So I'll be back and we'll show you the finished Chipotle popper and taste test. These Chipotle chicken poppers are out of the oven. I did take a bite. I admit it. I took a bite and they rock. They're so good. They got like a little sweetness to them, which surprised me. And then I made a little cilantro avocado herb sauce, which you'll see in another video. Let me put it this way, people. These don't suck. Try them. They're really good. So, I'll see you next week. Please subscribe, thumbs up, like, and come back next week and see what I'm cooking up. Food for all, Jana Eats. See you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in.